We pray for Ukraine, or you reign.
The European Union boasted a policy of cleansing political corruption, no bribery, no blackmailing, etc., which sounds good if they could do it. So the idea of seizing the land of the Ukrainian people, I name them the Uranian people, and giving it away to the Kremlin is beyond anyone's imagination of logical and reasonable thinking. That means to encourage the Kremlin and Russia to be more aggressive to any other country in the future, to just go destroying all people's houses, stealing their harvests, raping their women and children, and murdering anyone from young to old, to continue doing that, threaten the whole world with nuclear weapons, and win properties, prestige at the end. Bravo! Whoever's behind this idea should quit this planet, not just the political arena. And all of you know that the Kremlin is losing. Why even support them now, huh? If you continue to support the aggressor like the Kremlin and oppress the weak and meek like Ukraine, then you watch it. And whoever is behind the idea of seizing, robbing the land of Ukraine to offer it freely to the Kremlin should be responsible in the whole history of mankind, and in hell too. That will answer in hell for that. So, conclusion, just one last word. Stop all this aggression, passive or open.
Please continue watching to find out more. On Sunday, August 20th, 2023, our most loving Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, shared her thoughts and insights in a powerful message addressing a recent controversial proposal by the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, related to ending the ongoing war in Ukraine, or Ukraine, that fails to support safety and justice for Ukrainians, or Uranians, and Europeans amidst the systemic aggression of the Kremlin.
The European Union boasted a policy of cleansing political corruption, no bribery, no blackmailing, etc., which sounds good if they could do it. So the idea of seizing the land of the Ukrainian people, I name them the Uranian people, and giving it away to the Kremlin is beyond anyone's imagination of logical and reasonable thinking.
NATO Chief of Staff Sten Jensen suggested that Ukraine may gain NATO membership in exchange for giving up some territories to Russia. And this may be part of the end to the war in Ukraine.
The Ukrainian government says it will not agree to any peace deal or even a ceasefire with Moscow if it involves giving up any of its territory. Senior advisor to President Zelensky says making any concessions would backfire because Russia would only escalate attacks in the future.
Russia sells nothing but war. It's only interested in expansion. Today it attacks Ukraine. Tomorrow it could attack any other country on the perimeter. Georgia, Moldova, and so on. There is no other formula but to subdue Russia today through an end to the war on Ukraine's terms.
That means to encourage the Kremlin and Russia to be more aggressive to any other country in the future, to just go destroying all people's houses, stealing their harvests, raping their women and children, and murdering anyone from young to old, to continue doing that, threaten the whole world with nuclear weapons, and win properties, prestige at the end. Bravo, whoever's behind this idea should quit this planet, not just the political arena. Anybody who knows, if you want to train a dog person to be a good, agreeable dog, gentle dog, then you have to encourage them. Give them treats when they behave well, but not when they behave aggressively, because that could be dangerous for their children in the house, for their own safety as well, and for anyone else who goes near that dog. If you want to train a dog person as an aggressive one for fighting, for hurting others, for dog fighting, for example, then you should give them encouragement and treats when they are aggressive. So to be a leader of a great organization like NATO and not even know how to train a dog person, not even know the logic behind all this simple treatment, then, we are beyond being surprised. I don't know what else to say to these world people anymore, to the so-called leaders of nations, of organizations. Oh my God, oh dear God, please save us from all these kind of wolves in sheep's clothing. We are all for peace, but not with these types of people. The type of people, the type of so-called leaders who are only siding with aggressors, with predators, and not with the innocent victims, including little children and babies who've been bombarded, oh my God, with evil weapons day in, day out, and who are killing their own people by sending them in harm's way of the war. Many hundreds of thousands of young, beautiful, able Russians died in this war in Ukraine by their own leaders' commandment, by their leaders' order, evil, crazy order. And all the leaders are supposed to be protectors of the world. The mighty world's leaders are siding with that evil aggressor, the Kremlin, in different ways, passive ways and open ways. Your passive way by not helping to protect them with stronger measures, and your passive way by not saying anything good for Ukrainians and not saying anything stronger in condemnation of the aggressor, the Kremlin. Me, myself, is beyond words, beyond imagination. These kinds of actions. We are all for peace, but not like that. My God. It is for the Ukrainian people to decide what they want, not for all these big muscles to come in, mess up their lives, continue to side with the aggressor, to oppress these poor innocent people who have done no wrong to the Kremlin. The world has been ignoring, turning the blind eye to the Kremlin aggression everywhere else already. They have been eating up, having a bite of many countries around the world. And this one Ukraine country is the gate, the front gate of Europe.
And when the Ukrainian Sky Shield is powerful enough, and it will be, Ukraine will ensure real freedom and security for the whole of Europe from Russian terror. The security of our continent begins here with Ukraine's sovereignty and strength.
If they give in now, okay, Europe, watch it.
I'm quoting again, that means deliberately choosing the defeat of democracy, encouraging a global criminal, preserving the Russian regime, destroying international law, and passing the war on to other generations.
That's all I can say. If you continue to support the aggressor like the Kremlin and oppress the weak and meek like Ukraine, then you watch it. And whoever is behind the idea of seizing, robbing the land of Ukraine to offer it freely to the Kremlin should be responsible in the whole history of mankind. And in hell too. They will answer in hell for that. That's all I can say. I know who it is, but I cannot spell out your name because I can't believe it. As the leader of NATO, you can't be speaking such words, wicked words like that. Not only you don't protect Ukraine, you want to tear their country apart, tear their people apart, and take their property, their nation, to feed the predator, Russia. Who are you? Even if I know your name, I'm so disgusted to speak it out. That's why I did not. But everyone in the world knows whom I'm talking about. And by tearing Ukraine and her people apart, not only do you endanger Ukraine, but also you endanger Europe as well as the whole world. And not long ago, you even said to the world that, okay, Ukraine belongs to NATO.
Let me be clear. Ukraine's rightful place is in the Euro-Atlantic family. Ukraine's rightful place is in NATO.
And now, what's wrong with your head? Answer it yourself to the Ukrainians and to the whole world. I don't care what you say. It's probably another nonsense, stupid, violence supporting idea. Yeah, I know you guys are powerful. Be offended. Be angry with me. Yeah, sure. I'm only an old little fragile woman. How dare I even say things against you? I mean, most of the world leaders, or the mighty world leaders who are siding together, ganging together against little Ukraine and supporting a big, aggressive Russia. I don't mean Russians. I mean the aggressive leader of Russia, the Kremlin. Not even the army leaders, they didn't want it. It's just a couple of them who pushed them into harm's way, killing them en masse like this, without blinking an eye, without any remorse and sympathetic feeling in their heart. Whoever passively or aggressively, openly supports this kind of murderous, raping, robbing system of the Kremlin is in the same mentality and also the accomplice of this kind of war, unjustified war, evil war. May I pray for your peace. May I pray that God forgives you. May I pray that hellfire spares you. Amen. And I would remind you, if you have forgotten, that you, big countries, leaders of the world, have signed and sealed the deal to lure the Iranian people to give up their nuclear weapons in order to be protected by all of you, including this aggressive Kremlin.
Now, Ukraine at one point of time had the world's third largest nuclear arsenal. And then what happened? America, interestingly, talked Ukraine into disarming. And Kiev decided to sign the NPT, the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. It gave up its nuclear arms, and in return, the United States had pledged to protect Ukraine's sovereignty. The United States was not alone. The United Kingdom had also taken a similar threat, and ironically enough, so did Russia.
The once coveted nuclear-powered state today stands disarmed, with Russian soldiers breathing down its neck. When Ukraine joined the NPT, world powers committed to protect its sovereignty. The United States, the United Kingdom, and Russia signed the Budapest Memorandum. These nuclear-powered states pledged to protect Ukraine's sovereignty, respect Ukraine's territorial integrity, abstain from economic coercion. They also pledged to not use force against Ukraine or threaten it. It took Russia just 10 years to violate all of these commitments. This conflict shatters the credibility of international treaties. Russia's aggression and the West's response speaks volumes about the failure of security guarantees.
And now, what did the Kremlin do? Huh? Eat up their promise. Go and kill, murder, rape, and molest even children and babies. All that in front of your eyes. And you still support it. Question yourself, what kind of man are you? What kind of thinking you have in your head? What kind of side you chose? Devil or God? Hell or heaven? Heaven people don't do this. So you are siding with hell. And that's where you will go. That's logical. Like attracts like. If you support something, that means your heart is like that. Your mind thinking is like that. So you will be drawn into that kind of mentality, that kind of energy, that kind of place, like hell. Don't think I'm threatening you. You think about it and you know. Just like attracts like. Similar karma attracts similar retribution. Yeah. Who in the world, what kind of citizens in the world would trust any of you leaders anymore when you swallow up your promise? Yeah, give us all the nukes and then we will protect you. We sign it, we promise here and now we will not harm you. Or anyone who harms you, your country, we will protect you. Yeah. Read it again. Your own leaders' words, your own country's words for Ukraine. You guys swallow your words just like you swallow those rotten animal people's flesh every day. So, actually, no one should be surprised about your conflicting announcement and your contradictory attitude. It's the injustice that you're trying to drive home, to contaminate the world people's intellect and intelligence. Nobody will buy it. And if you still talk like that, oh my God, I invite you to go home. Learn from your dog people how to protect others and not to harm in any way. If we are worse than a dog, then we should not call ourselves even human, not to talk about being leaders of humans. We should be leaders of hell. But even hell people, they only punish the bad ones, the guilty ones. Not siding with criminals like the Kremlin. This is a bigger criminal than the normal poor criminals that you put in your jail for just maybe killing one or two persons in different situations. Maybe they're forced to do it, or maybe they're crazy, or maybe they're sadistic, or just stealing something, or even taking bribes in a small number. You punished one of the top European Union leaders, for taking a bribe from somewhere. Well, you know better than I. I'm such a not political person. You know more.
This vice president of the EU Parliament was taking money from Qatar to influence European decisions in favor of Qatar. Kali was selling Europe's sovereignty to Qatar. And it's called corruption.
You will vote on a proposal from the Conference of Presidents for the early termination of the office of our Vice President of the European Parliament, Ms. Eva Kaili. Vote is closed and the vote is carried.
It was an overwhelming majority. I think out of 630 people, a single one did not want to strip her of this position. So it's a clear sign that no one in the parliament accepts these kinds of corrupt behavior. No one thinks that she should represent our institution as vice president any longer.
But you do worse than that person. You put her in jail and stripped of her title. I don't know what next she has to endure. What you're doing is wanting to bribe Russia to blackmail the Iranian people by taking their land and offering it on your knees to Russia, admitting that, oh, we are wrong, we are sorry, please forgive us, please take this offer. My God, shame on all of you, shame on whoever has such an idea. In that case, why should Ukraine even join NATO? Just give the land to Russia and have whatever peace. Yeah, because both of them want to tear your country apart anyway. Want to, divide your people. So what's the difference, huh? Plus, who is going to guarantee that your country, Ukraine, is going to have peace, and that it is only those pieces of land that Russia will want? Nobody keeps their promise anyway. Shame on all of you for not protecting the weak and the meek Ukraine and siding with the mighty, aggressive, evil Kremlin. Shame on you, shame on all of you. I know I'm in danger saying all this, but I am already in danger. I can't be safe if the world is not safe anyway. Not just that, I'm not safe. No one is really safe if war breaks out somewhere. No one is really safe in the situation of war between Russia and Ukraine. I can't just keep quiet, shut my eyes, pretending that the Iranian people are not suffering, pretending that you have all the intelligence to take care of this war, pretending that you know how to make peace, to protect people, not just Iranians, but European people. The European Union countries also affected and threatened by the war in Ukraine, now and in the far future, or in the near future, who knows? If Russia wins this war, they will feel proud, encouraged, and emboldened to attack other countries. You all know that. I don't need to be a politician to know all this. Children cannot even tell you.
Якщо зараз агресор переможе, це буде найгірший сценарій для всього людства. Це буде означати, що жодні запобіжники світовій не діють. Це буде означати, що кожен, хто має владу, силу і достатньо фінансової спроможності, може в всьому світі чинити все, що він захоче. Є країни, які просто недооцінюють дійсно загрозу зі сторони Росії. Їм здається, що це далеко від них. Але насправді, коли в світі існує такий потужний терорист, почуватися повністю в безпеці не може ніхто.
So if something happens to Europe, who will laugh at your stupid idiot, evil-minded, like-minded thinking, like the Kremlin? You will see what kind of punishment you will have from God in hell. I'm not threatening you. I'm only telling you the truth. The logical truth, even children can understand it. If it is your country, your own country, would you like that to happen to you? Huh? That any strong muscle guy just comes in, rape your wife, huh? Your daughter, your babies, huh? Take away your harvest, destroy all your homes, your villages, your cities, and then you have to give them your own land so that you can join another group who is useless, helpless, weak, and cowardly. Anyway, huh? Would you like that? Would you like that to happen to your country? If the answer is no, then stop all this stupid and aggressive ideas. Stop supporting the aggressors, the predators, and try to help the weak one, the needy one, the one who needs help. That's what the world citizens would want to tell you.
Thousands from more than 50 different countries were out on the streets demanding for peace in Ukraine and for stricter sanctions to deter Russia.
I'm only voicing their opinion. I'm only voicing their protests. And of course, the voice of the Iranian people who would never agree to this aggressive and robbery idea. Though the Iranian people have nothing to do with me, they're not my relatives. I don't know them. But this, I know, they would protest. And this, I know, the world people also would protest. So you watch it. And the European Union, watch it. The world, watch it. If you support the Kremlin, you will be the next to be molested, to be harassed, to be aggressively occupied and robbed of your land. They will kill your people, kidnap your children, and rape anyone in sight, like the way they even openly broadcast, advertise on their own state TV, Russian TV. Yeah. And you support that? You support all this? Wow. Wow. What kind of things do you eat every day? Must the devil's feeding, huh?
Speaking during his show on Kremlin's RT network, formerly known as Russia Today, host Anton Krasovsky said that Ukrainian children who perceived Russians as occupiers under Soviet rule should be thrown straight into a river with a strong current to drown.
А прям топить таких надо было в Песыне. Прям вот там, где плыны кача. Вот прям топить этих детей, топить. Это не прям ваш метод. В Песыне. Это не ваш метод, поэтому вы интеллигентные люди, писатели-фантасты. А это наш метод. Вот прям сказал, что, так сказать, москали оккупировали, и сразу прям бросаешь в в реку с бурным течением.
Вообще для этой цели на Руси традиционно использовали розги. Они лучше, чем река, работали, воспитывали.
Там у них есть такая, там каждое, значит, говно называется, у них, так сказать, там такие домики есть куча, очень плохих, чудовищных. То есть они же засрали Карпаты, они их уничтожили на самом деле. То есть Карпаты это отвратительно. И там каждая, значит, изба называется Сморякова хата. И вот прям эту Сморякову хату прям забивать и сжечь. Прям.
Советский Союз, он был тяжело, конечно, болен. И вот Украина, это была, наверное, одна из самых таких пораженных его точек.
А она, наверное, была пораженная точка. Почему? Потому что ее вообще не должно существовать. Украина должна оставаться на карте мира?
Я, честно говоря, думаю, что да, потому что там останется в любом случае большое количество людей, с которыми не хотелось бы жить в одном государстве.
Ну, расстреляем.
And all of you know that the Kremlin is losing. Why even support them now? Huh? So, conclusion, just one last word. Stop all this aggression, passive or open.
In deep admiration of most courageous masters' advocacy for the innocent Ukrainian or Uranian people who have been experiencing horrendous suffering during the war, we offer our prayers for a speedy remedy of this injustice, provided by all responsible in powerful positions. May humanity and common sense open world leaders' hearts to the true reality of right and wrong, so that they may protect their people as well as themselves, creating a family of peaceful nations while also helping restore Ukraine's or Urane's sovereignty. Wishing beloved Master safety and wellness with the kind protection of the highest heavens. Please tune in for the broadcast of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message with more subtitles on Monday, August 28, 2023 on Between Master and Disciples. Also, for your reference, please check out the previous related Between Master and Disciples conferences, such as Governments worldwide must stand with Ukraine. Powerful countries must be courageous and help Ukraine. Heaven is aiding Ukraine in the war between good and evil. Supreme Master Ching Hai's thoughts on the urgent situation in Ukraine. The world left Ukraine to fight alone. Big powers did not keep their promise to Ukraine, etc. To view these and more related Between Master and Disciples conferences, all free for download, please visit suprememastertv.com and search for Wolves in Sheep's Clothing.